Good evening, folks. Welcome to another episode of the Weekly Factor here on Factor of Games. It's a beautiful day here in the Pacific Northwest. Surprisingly, it's sunny, it's beautiful. Got to mow the grass, everything. Welcome. Thank you for spending your time here in your Saturday evening to look at some games on the Steam Deck or the Lenovo Legion Go or whatever else we're going to cover. I appreciate everybody for spending some time here. And I think it's been a good week. You know, we got some good candidates today. Some that I wasn't even aware that we were going to have. I wasn't quite sure who was going to win what throughout the week, but everything turned out pretty good. So I think we can go through those games. We've got our 5 already chosen. We're going to take a look at one more additionally. There's a couple Steam sales going on right now, but nothing major, really. I mean, there's some game news, as there always is. Xbox is, I don't know, trying to destroy the industry, I think. I don't know what they're doing. They're just really all over the place. But I think that hopefully they're going to get basically... I wouldn't say punished. I don't think that's the word, but I think that their antics are just going to run them out of the games industry on their own. I mean, the Xbox has been around a long time, but bad decisions after worse decisions doesn't help your company or your business. I don't know. We'll have to see what they end up with this week or this coming week, going over the next couple weeks. There's going to be the kind of the summer of games. We'll see what they're doing. I'm not rooting for anybody, really. I don't really have a problem with the console systems. I've got an Xbox One X there. I've got my PS5 down here. I've got PC games and all sorts of stuff, mobile phone games. I like games everywhere. I've got enough games to last me the rest of my life easily, but I don't know. I don't really know what's going to come out of that. They've fired off another round of layoffs, closed another studio or two, actually really good studios over the last week. Arcane, who did, what did they do? They, wasn't Arcane working on that Blood, the vampire hunting one? Can't think of it. We looked at it here on the stream, or not on the stream, but on the channel. And then they also closed down, Tango, which did, Ghostwire. They did... What was the other game? Hi-Fi Rush. Then they had their, Evil Dead series. Those were really good. But, yeah, kind of closed it all down. So, let's go ahead and take a look at what games we did choose this week, or you chose this week. And, I don't know, we'll take a look at those on the Legion Go, which is asleep. Let's wake it up and we'll go to the Steam Deck. How's that sound? Hey, look, there's one of them. That is Crow Country. You guys voted on Crow Country, which is while it looks a little bit maybe... Oh, you hear that? I think we're going to have to disable the cards. I think they're screwing up with the audio. We'll keep an eye on it, but I may just do that right before we even get into the show because, yeah, for some reason... Let's move over to the Legion Go because when I started that up, that's the one that did it. Is it going to wake up? There we go. There we go. All right. Legion Go. Okay. Yeah, well, it's on the same page too. So, I'm trying to hear if it's got any of that noise that causes the stream to go crazy. Let me turn my headphones up. It does. So I think what we're going to want to do is, before we start into anything, and this is kind of one of those things where it happens, it's not really something that I can tell is happening, but I can hear it, and I know you guys can hear it. So let me deactivate this, and we're going to deactivate the Steam Deck as well. And what we're doing is just shutting down the capture cards, because the last time this happened, I found out that, well, if I shut them both down and then bring them both back up, it worked. So we didn't have to do anything. So let me find where the capture card went. And hopefully we can bring that all back up again. It's kind of disappeared now. Should be... Actually, it's probably hidden behind one of these things. So, and I'll just edit this stuff out because this is not what everybody comes to see, but I know this is what we have to do. So we need to add, let's move the audio mixer out of here and let's grab the source selector. Pretty sure that's what we need to bring these things back up. There we go. So capture device. That's me. Legion Go capture device. There we go. Now I found it. Properties, activate, Wonder Twin powers. There we go. Yeah, see, it doesn't make that noise any longer. It's weird. I don't know what that is. And I've tried to hunt it down. I mean, this is the only way I've found that we could fix it. Okay, let me readjust my layout just for the second. So I have the audio mixer so I can adjust that as we go. Okay, good. Okay, now we're back in full shape. Yeah, no noise. Okay, so this week, outside of Crow Country, which did win, that was kind of, it was all indie games yesterday in the daily vote, and then you guys voted on Crow Country, and I know that some people were really rooting for that, and it was up against like Little Kitty Big City, which is another indie game, and then it was also up against like Animal Well and Rabbit and Steel. All came out, all four of those came out this week. But Crow Country won, and it's kind of like a Resident Evil game. It looks like a Resident Evil game, like a chibi Resident Evil game. We'll take a look at that. That Outer Worlds wasn't part of it. Dark Souls 3. All of the Dark Souls games are on sale right now over on Steam. You can go find that. Links are below, all of them in the descriptions. Send you over to the games and different things like that. So Dark Souls 3 is on sale along with Dark Souls 2, Dark Souls 1 remastered. So you can go over there and get some of those. So that one of the daily votes. The next one was V Rising. So V Rising did their 1.0 launch. So that actually just happened this past week. And then that also has this special event going on with Castlevania. You can also buy like a premium DLC pack. And then you can have like a la carte, and I think it's just other clothing and like castle designs. Because if you don't know what V Rising is, it's kind of a, it looks like Diablo. It has kind of some of the same combat mechanics, but it's a survival game with crafting, and you're building a castle for your vampire that lost their castle. And yeah, it's an interesting isometric perspective kind of game. And I thought as we go into this isometrics, we're going to run the week, but because we got two more that we're going to cover as well. But ultimately, they didn't take the entire week, just 3 days. We're going to take a look at Dream Engines. This is the one that I picked, Nomad Cities. The developer, Stun Studios, I think it is, or Stun Crash, I think it is. They reached out and wanted to shoot me over a key so we could take a look at it on the channel. And it's an interesting game. It doesn't work that well with either of the portable devices in terms of the control method. It's more of a mouse and keyboard because it's a, how would you say? It's kind of a city builder meets a automation meets a tower defense game. And it's a lot of like mouse keyboard works really well with that game, but we'll take a look at it all the way at the end of the show. And the other two games, Last Epoch, they are doing their roadmap. So they're kind of road mapping the future of like what the game's going to look like. And this is very much like a Diablo, but kind of in the middle of, I don't know, Diablo meets, I would say Baldur's Gate in a way, but it's not necessarily like Baldur's Gate, right? It's not like an RPG, Dungeons and Dragons RPG, but it's very similar in that way. You've got multiple classes that you can choose, but more like Diablo mechanics. And then Hades 2 came out. So Hades 2, we're going to cover that as well. So I think we can start with Hades 2, but let's start over on the Steam Deck. We'll switch over there and let's get that going. So I'm going to use mouse and keyboard for some of these, but they don't require that. Actually, let me just use mouse and keyboard for a bit. I'm going to play around with it. Hades 2 works great with the actual controller built into it, so you don't have to worry about that, but I am just going to try mouse and keyboard on it because I have that ability to right now. And we'll jump right into it. Hope everybody had a good week. It was just one of those things where there was a bunch of newer games coming out, well, it's kind of funny over on Steam. It's not new games all the time that come out, right? It's actually like a game comes out of early access, so it just kind of jumps over into like a full release is what they would call it, right? So lots of that going on. Hades 2 actually came out in early access, so this is brand new. How's our audio on this? And of course, I won't be able to tell. I gotta scroll down. I'm gonna turn that down just a hair. There we go. All right. So Hades 2, we saw Hades, funny enough, last week on the 18th episode. We're on the 19th episode of the Weekly Factor, and took a look at it just to kind of see what it looked like, how it played. It was running well. This game runs almost identical. There's really nothing you have to do in terms of special to get the game to run. The only thing you have to choose is like, do you want 400 frames per second? Because it can do that if you turn off VSync, or do you want it to play at 90 frames per second and use like 10 watts or less of your battery? And I think really that's the sweet spot here, is like, leave VSync on, let it do its, well, you're going to see 60 here because we're doing direct capture, but when you're playing it on the Steam Deck Oled, you're going to get 90, and you're going to, obviously have your 16 by 10 ratio, so you have your 1280 by 800p resolution, so it fills the screen, looks really good, and just in general, the game runs fantastic. I don't think Supergiant has much to do a full release on this, but we'll take a look at it. So that's kind of the settings. You can leave it on high and just jump in and play. So if you've never played Hades, it's kind of like a roguelike. I think this one's a roguelike, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see. And you just basically keep making runs, kind of trying to get further and further into the game, into the story itself. We can kind of see we're a different character this time. We're not in hell, I don't think. Just going to walk down here. Let's go ahead. Now, mouse and keyboard is not as good, I don't think, as the controller experience. I'm just doing it because since we're doing direct capture, it's a little bit easier to kind of do that than get these damn controllers to work. I've had trouble with the Xbox controller as much as I've had with the, what is it? The Legion, the 8-bit do. Actually, we could try it. I don't know if it's plugged in or not. There we go. Yeah. Here, it's like doing some weird thing. I don't know what that is. It's just like, it's like an input is like stuck. Let's just see. It's not doing it now. I don't know. It's like fickle. So we're going to use the 8-bit do for a little bit. But yeah, the game overall, as I said, you'll see 60 up in the corner here, but that's only because the card captures in 60. Otherwise, it would be 90 frames per second the entire time. It uses 10 watts, roughly. What's our watts up here? I guess we don't see it on this one exactly, but we're using very little power. I guess we could flip over to our larger. Let's take a look at the larger metrics, performance metrics, and we'll probably be able to see exactly. I won't leave this on the whole time. I just wanted to show what your battery consumption is. Well, right now we're on direct power. So if I unplug the battery, the screen's going to go out, but it'll come right back. Hopefully it doesn't screw up the capture card either. Any second it'll be back. There we go. And let's see what our power consumption is going to be. 9.9, 10.4, 9.9. Here, let me go ahead and get into the game. 10.2, right? So this is earlier in the game, but I mean, like 10 watts of power, 90 frames per second. You're going to be using this thing for 5 hours, roughly. You're going to be able to play the game. So that's the nice thing about Hades 2 is like they've just done an excellent job with the game in general. I'm just going to plug it back in so we can use our controller and all that stuff again. So give me one sec. And then I'll change the performance layout here. Get it back up here. But yeah, I mean, overall, you have nothing to be concerned about with this game at all. And of course, it'll do very similar on... Oops, I gotta go the other way. It'll do very similar on the Legion Go when we take a look at it.
They told me you needed a weapon or something. You already got one. Right, Lal?
All right, let's pick so you get to choose, you know, whatever bonus benefit or whatever you get. Boon, I guess is what they're calling it. So it's just how much more damage you can do now with your strike. Your strike changes, and you basically go from room to room. You're battling different characters. You have different magic attacks, and those change depending upon what boon you take. Every run is going to be, you know, different in terms of that. You also have like kind of the target item that you're going to get out of this room, which is going to help you as you go further. Oops. You, of course, can dodge. There we go. You do have some casting ability as well, depending upon what you choose. Oops. I'm just going to kind of work my way through this. We won't stay too long on the game. Again, I think some games, you know, obviously take a little bit more explanation. There's a lot to learn in Hades. There's a lot to play through it, or Hades 2, but just like there was in Hades. But overall, in terms of performance and what we show on the channel here, you're not going to have any issue with this game. Actually, you're going to be pretty satisfied. Like I said, 5 hours, I think. Maybe further into the game, you're going to be consuming a little bit more power when you've got more mobs and stuff like that. But I still don't think it's going to be overly... an overconsumption of the battery. I don't think you're going to run into that. I don't even know if they'll optimize anymore with this one in terms of like the Steam Deck. It almost seems like they kind of went out of their way to make sure the Steam Deck would run fine. Although it's still being in early access, it doesn't say whether or not they support it, right? Or it's verified. But I don't think it's got anything that wouldn't allow it to be verified. Oh, grab that.
Marked one for me, did you?
Oh, I thought I killed him.
That ought to do it. Good evening.
Grab something here. What was that? It's in our inventory. Oops. No, I don't know what the salute is. I forget what that is.
Together we shine, sister.
Together. It's been too long, sister. Look at you on your great hunt. Not ideal circumstances, but you've finally begun. Know that the family has your back, surprised as they are about this.
I like that it's always fully voiced, right? Character art design is really good in this game as well, just like in Hades. Let's see. What do we got? Easy shot. Silver streak. So a dash. Cast. And yeah, let's take a look at silver streak. We'll do a couple more rooms and then we'll jump over to the Legion Go. That way we can get a chance just to see it run on that device. Now, power consumption, You can drop that one down to roughly 10 watts on the basic. So that's what we're going to try to run it at. Wow. And we'll see what it does. But I'm pretty sure in my testing, if you want to get 144 for that screen, you know, you can do the 144 hertz screen. So you can go like 144 frames per second. I think you're going to have it on normal, which is 15 watts to be able to kick it up to that. And that's at 1080p. There's Zeus. Let's go with Heaven Flourish.
Shocking every time. A root stalker. Got to move.
Ooh, got me. Okay.
Return to shadow now.
And then it just starts to cycle over again if you haven't seen these. So that's exactly how it works. So you would start your next run. But let's take a look at it on... Let's get out of here. And we'll take a look at it on the Legion Go. And I'm going to use the Legion Go... What do they call them? Like switch controllers like that? Like the Joy-Cons for it. So let's go ahead and jump over here. Let me just disconnect these. Yep. So yeah, just the Joy-Cons for it. And let me find Hades and we'll go ahead and fire this up. It still sounds like the audio is doing something weird, but I have been plugging and unplugging these things. So who knows? Maybe it's going to do something. Maybe it'll screw up. We'll see. We'll keep an eye on it. I'm going to move my keyboard a little bit. Hey, Fixstar. Sorry, I had to blow my nose. I had mowed the grass pretty much right before this, and it was lots of pollen, so something was itching me. Nice gameplay. Yeah, I mean, it's a great game. I like this game. I like Hades as well. Hawk is number one. Thanks, Fixstar. Fixstar's been around since, oh my God. That was when I was doing the corporate show for Wild Tangent, I think it was. What was it called? The Weekly Tangent. You can see I get really creative with my stuff. The Weekly Tangent, the Weekly Factor, right? All right, let's go ahead into Hades. So this is on the Legion Go. And this one... Let's take a look here. So I have updated the Legion Go with the most recent BIOS that I think came out the 24th of April, I want to say. Went through and did some work there. So I think what we can do... Now this is plugged in to power, so it's not really going to make a difference. But like I said, to get... I'm going to jump off the screen real fast so you can see this. Power saving mode... when you drop it into power saving mode, if you keep it in balance and you keep it in balance down on OS powered mode, that's about 15 watts from what I remember. So with that, you should be able to get 1080p, 144 frames per second. So I think you should be pretty good with this one. If you were to go to quiet and efficiency, that would drop you down to 10 watts or less. But, you know, we're plugged in right now, so it's not going to really matter. And I think we're at 1080p, even though it says 2560 by 1600, we're still at 1080p. We got the frame monitor on and all that, so yep, we're good to go. And this will obviously only do 60 frames per second because that's all we can push out on the stream. But on the screen, if we were just to play it on there, and I think I didn't do a video for this, a direct view video, but I will do that this week for the Legion Go. And then I did one for the Steam Deck. So you can already see the, the performance I was talking about when you're looking straight onto the device, seeing it on the actual screen itself. This is our camp, by the way. This is our little ghosty thing. I think we can salute them too. Yep.
May moonlight guide you.
There we go.
And the sun bleach your bones.
Nice. And then this is our little village where we can do our upgrades.
I see.
And we're just going to run through. We're just going to go do some swings at it and see how it performs. But again, this game is going to perform just fine on many devices. Maybe not the MSI Claw. I don't know.
Once more.
We'll see. I would love to see the MSI Claw. I just don't want to buy one, hearing all the problems it has. I would like to see like NVIDIA get into this with a device, which I know there's been some talk of. And then I would like to see Intel do a better job with their chipset, so we get more competitors out there. But right now, I think we got some good ones with AMD. All right, let's see. We're going to jump in. I'm just going to take Twilight Curse.
Together we shine.
Together we shine.
I've got to get used to it. I wish there was like a little adapter piece in the center of these. I don't know. It's kind of weird just playing them without the controller feel to it, right? Where it's actually like one unit. All right. There we go. Oh, cursed. Oh, they're cursed. Oh, I turned them into a sheep. And we can move forward. Right? Yes. But, yeah. I mean, in terms of battery consumption, like I said, I think when it's playing 1080p at 144, I think it's usually right around 15 watts. It's almost at that capacity where you'd have to jump up to the next. You can run it at 2560 by 1600, but I kind of think that's overkill. I don't know. Like 1080p works perfectly well. Or, well, in the case of the actual device, you're playing it at 1920 by 1200. Oops, we got it already. We'll take another run at that one. But you're playing it at that 8 by 10 or that 16 by 10 ratio, screen ratio, just the same as the Steam Deck on the Legion Go. Now, in terms of the ROG Ally, I would imagine it's going to be, because both of these are the Z1 Extreme chipset. So if you have the Z1 in your ROG Ally, I think you're probably going to be able to play this at 1080p at, what is that screen? I think that screen's only 60 frames per second, but you're probably going to be able to do the lowest settings, so like 10 watts or less. We'll go ahead and grab it. Double moon shot. Let's go with that. And then we'll just do one more run here just to kind of show. And then we'll jump to, I think we should take a look at Dark Souls. Oops. We'll restore that. Well, you know what? Let's take a look at Last Epoch. Then we'll do Dark Souls. And then we'll do V Rising and then Crow Country. Come on, get out of here. Thank you, Fix. How's everything in Canada? Are you still in Canada? I think you are. Oh, collect the reward. So how long would the Legion... So the Legion Go is not... It's not as good on battery. I think you're still going to get 3 hours on this if you're doing the 144 hertz, right? I think that... and welcome, Zero. 07, sorry. I think you're probably going to get about 3 hours. That's about the max that the Legion Go really provides. But remember, you're going to be playing at 1080p. You're also going to be playing at 144 hertz, right, in that sense. Partly that's just Windows, right? Windows is a little bit more power hungry. That's right, you are in Canada. That's what I thought, Fitz. But the Steam Deck Oled, because you're playing it at 1280 by 800, and because it actually is super efficient on that one. It's like less than 10 watts is what it's running at. You can get about 5 hours out of it playing the game at 90 frames per second. It's really efficient on that one. And it could be that, oh geez, it could be that Supergiant just, really prioritized that device. But I would take it that any optimization that they do for the Steam Deck would cover any other device too. I would think that you kind of get that benefit. The real benefit, I was telling somebody, I forget who it was in the comments on this game, the real benefit for this game came from probably the Switch on Hades. They were able to get the Switch version, I think, to run pretty much at 60 frames locked. And I think that really benefited like the Steam Deck for Hades 2, or Hades and Hades 2. We're already out.
Return to Shadow now.
Oh yeah, no, 3 hours is fine. Now, you could drop the Legion Go to 1280 by 800. You could limit the frame rate to 60 frames per second, and I bet you would get like maybe close to 4 hours of this game on the Legion Go. That would be playing at 1280p. So I think it's possible. So, but what I played at is 1080p or 1080 by, well, it's actually 1920 by 1200, but I was playing at 144 hertz and I was still getting, 2.5, 3 hours right on it. So it's pretty efficient. So let's jump off of this one and we'll jump over to Last Epoch. I think that's the next one we'll take a look at. So give me 1 second to close this out and we can jump over and check that out on both devices. But yeah, this is, I wouldn't say it's more of the same, but it's more of the same of Hades. So it's a good game. All right. So let's jump over here and let's go to take a look at Last Epoch. So Last Epoch, not a new release, obviously. This has been out for about 4 years, 3 years, something like that. And the big thing that they're doing is they are road mapping kind of the future of the game. So lots of good things coming for this. They were getting out keys and I had a chance to get in on one of their programs. So they sent over keys to take a look at it. So I wanted to take a look at Last Epoch. I'd gotten asked a couple times in the comments, but it was always one of those ones where we'll get to it, right? There's just tons of games. And finally they were able to send over a key, take a look at it, and it plays really well, which is great because it's more of like, I don't want to call it a Diablo clone, but everything's called a Diablo clone that's like Diablo. And this one, a little bit more power consumption on this. It's obviously not been optimized yet, so it's not quite there. I'm going to actually play this with mouse and keyboard. Well, I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe not. We'll try control. We'll do controller. I will play offline because if I play online, it's going to screw up the stream because I run off of Starlink. Starlink doesn't have a lot of upload bandwidth. I can barely do the 720p for the stream. And if I try to do anything on top of that, it always causes issues. So we will just play offline, but it plays online just fine. And just take a look at the settings. In terms of this, it's all set to low. Obviously, it's 720p because we're direct capturing it right now, but it does have the full 800p resolution. Yeah, Diablo clones do play better. I agree with you, Zero. Yeah. With the controller, they definitely play better. I'm not going to worry about streamer mode or anything like that. It doesn't do 90 frames per second on the Steam Deck, so there's no reason to worry there. I think we're going to be in the 40s to probably upper 40s to 50s from what I remember. We'll leave vertical sync off, and everything's set to, basically very low across the board. Let's go ahead and jump in. But yeah, no, totally agree. Diablo clones, or anything Diablo, right? Like, similar to it, plays better with the controller, I think. This is just my existing character. I think I'm somewhere into the game. I had a chance to sit around and play it, doing the testing earlier this week, and again, this one runs better on the Legion Go. It just has a little bit more power, but like right now we're in town. We're getting 59, 60 frames per second. Once we get into some areas with some enemies, then we're going to kind of see it, go down a little bit. I think I completed one mission just recently, so hopefully we'll be able to get another one here. There's our map. But yeah, I mean, I'm using controller right now, and everything's, nice and smooth. It's got good support for it.
But I suppose you're fine without. Sorry. I've got a lot on my mind.
Yeah, this one's nice. It's another one of those like isometric perspective games. Like I said, I was a little concerned like that's all we were going to have all week long, because we got one more that's an isometric like view.
Worst enemy's nature. Wolves,
Actually, we've got
hogs,
2 more,
whatever a terror throws us.
right? Yeah.
But people
The only one that's not is like Dark Souls 3.
We're not equipped for. We exist to preserve history. Protect indeed.
I'm just going to kind of
It's just
push us through the dialogue here, but it's all voiced, which is nice.
Whole life for this. He knows our script. Balthus is
Okay. Yep.
Yep. Anyway,
Okay.
I've talked
I'll
enough.
get going. Thank you.
Let's not keep Balthus waiting.
Let's see. We'll go back to the Fortress Garden. I think there's enemies through here. And kind of get an idea. But yeah, you'll see like it runs in the town kind of thing. It runs like nice 60 frames per second. Once we start to get some enemies though, it's going to bump it down a little bit. You can see it like going into the 40-ish kind of range. Oh, where's my, there we go. I had to set my wolf out. That's what I was after. I think it's a wolf. Can't wait for DS3. Got that one on sale, debating PC or Steam Deck. It plays great on the Steam Deck. I can tell you that. That's like the little spoiler there. I mean, I will say like it could probably, if Bandai would go back or from and just do a little bit of work on it, it'd probably be like 60 frames. Because it's an older game, but it's an amazing game. It's like one of my, out of all the, kind of Souls-like games, that's my favorite game, is Dark Souls 3. I like all the other ones. Trust me, 2's kind of the least favorite, but it's still okay. Dark Souls Remaster, Bloodborne, Elden Ring, all the, kind of the clones of Dark Souls, right? So like, what's some of the ones that we covered on here? Lies of P, Steel Rising, which is actually pretty good for what it is. I mean, a bunch of the other ones, but yeah, Dark Souls 3 has always been my favorite. Everyone skips 2 for well, I mean, that was a different team, right? Like that's the one, that's the whole reason it feels different. But it's still a good game. It's still very challenging. I like it, but yeah, I mean, a lot of people skip 2. But I think it's really good still. I like all of the Dark Souls 3 DLCs. Like I went through that one. I played that when I originally played it was when it released, and that was on like PlayStation 4. So probably not the optimal experience, but it was okay. But I went through, did all the DLCs, got every trophy for it, even the online ones. Just really enjoyed that game. Put hundreds of hours into it. I was super into that. That's why I think it's still like my favorite one. Although I like Bloodborne. Right, that's still a good one. I like Liza P a lot. I think that game was excellent. Couldn't get past the beginning forest area. Oh, gotcha. Yeah. So you did play it, you just kind of like decided not to go forward. Oh, I was almost going to die there. Don't I have some magic here on me? Oh, nope. I've got my wolf. I'm playing like the, what do you call it, the druid type character. There we go. Killed it all. All right, good. We'll just go a little bit further. I just wanted to show an area that has a bunch of like ads and things like that coming through. That way we could kind of get an idea of like when you get enough on the screen, it will bump down. But again, with a lot of these games, you can play, you know, on the Steam Deck, you could drop it to 40 frames and lock it there, just like you can on the Legion Go. It has the same ability now. And, you know, you're going to get a little bit better battery performance, but you're also going to get, you know, the experience where it's going to be really smooth, even when you run into something really big. The Almighty Sunbro, welcome. This is Last Epoch. So very similar to Diablo, right? In that way, but multiple classes that you can choose, different characters that are multiple classes, sorry. So you can kind of choose from those at the beginning. Warrior class is boring. This one is what is it? The what did I say it was? Like the Beastmaster class? Let's get rid of him. Let's see if we can scoot just to the next area. I'm going to just get everybody to follow me. There's a lot of ads here, too. Frame rate holds pretty well. Really good. Oh, I'm telling you, Fix, it's not that hard of a game. Not at the beginning, right where I'm at. But thank you. There we go. There's some tougher guys. The first dungeon is not really even that much of a dungeon, but it's really a little bit of like an idea of like your first boss that you kind of take on, which wasn't hard at all. I don't even know if there's a difficulty setting. I didn't even check. I'm on whatever the generic setting is for difficulty, if there is. I didn't change any of it. Oh, my wolf's not here. Where's he at? Oh, I died because I tried to summon the wolf. Can you spam the skills? Yes. I just didn't. All right, so let's pull the wolf up. There we go. I mean, it's Diablo to a T, right? Maybe a little bit better in some ways, because you don't have to play online. This is actually one you can play offline. Now, there is something funny, if I remember, about it. What is it? You can play offline, but you don't get your like DLC cosmetics or something like that. Something strange. I love spamming the skills. Yeah, exactly. I'm always one of those people that just get there, continue to press the button. You don't have to. It's just like Diablo 2 as well. There we go. Yeah, that's the one nice thing about this one. You don't have to worry. Because we're playing offline now. The only reason we're playing offline is because I use Starlink as my internet, and if I try to play online, there's not a huge amount of like upload bandwidth, so like it'll cause a problem for the game. Let's I'm not trying to do much here, so let's jump over to the Legion Go and let's take a look at that. Let's go ahead and jump out of here. Now the Legion Go will be at 1080p. There's that audio issue again. It's just like creeping up now on us. It's not horrible, but I can hear it. The only downside to the Legion Go, I'll tell you that, is like right now, these have just been sitting there, you know, the Joy-Con parts, and they fall asleep. And unlike the Switch, you can't wake them back up. It doesn't wake up the device, which is really weird. Or the device, like when you start pressing them, you have to like physically connect them back to the Legion Go, and then they will start working again. They'll like blink, you hear them. I don't know if you can hear the little beep beep, but then it'll they're connected again. All right, there we go. Minecraft beans, welcome. Pastrami sandwich review. I don't do food. I don't have problems with it, but I don't do food. Let's jump into the last Epoch on this. Can't they do an update? I don't know. I question that because they've done X amount of updates to the controllers. Oops, I don't know what that's doing. Oh, I was trying to say something. And they haven't fixed that. That's never been part of like the BIOS or the controller update. So I don't know if they can fix it or not. My guess is they are connected via, I think, Bluetooth is my guess. Or if they're not connected via Bluetooth, they're connected via proprietary. And once, you know, Bluetooth goes to sleep, I think you have to initiate it to come back, and they're not doing that. I don't know what's going on. Yep, Fixstar does speak French. They leave some bugs on the Legion, so when they make Pro, they will say, yeah, exactly. That's exactly it, almighty. They've got to have an upgrade path, and that's going to be the upgrade, is getting the actual controllers to wake up the device. I would think they could do it, though. I mean, it doesn't see. I mean, Nintendo Switch does this, right? So again, give me one sec here. Oh, that's right. So now it's connected. Again, we could play online, but it's going to cause the stream to go down because of just that little extra bandwidth being used. It causes a problem. So I'm going to play offline. Settings wise, though. Oops, I must have double clicked on something. Give me a sec here. It'll come back around. We'll check it from in here. So we're back in the town. We're just back to where we started. Graphics wise, it's gonna let me take a look. There we go. So it's still set to very low, but I have it at 1080p. Yep. Our controllers are acting a little weird. Everything's set to very low, but 1080p. It does do a little bit better than 140, or it actually does a little bit better than 80 to 90 frames, something like that. But it doesn't do 144 hertz. I just had it all the way to set the limit to see if it would, and it doesn't get there. But there we go. They already copied the Switch gimmick. Might as well add the way. I would think so. Maybe that's something. You know, I was told a long time ago by somebody, I forget where it was, somebody that I'd talked to that worked in the industry, not for Nintendo, but they were like, well, Nintendo holds some patents on Joy-Cons. And while it's almost like, I don't know if you guys remember, like the long standing battle that PlayStation had with Rumble back on the PlayStation 2 to PlayStation 3 era. And then they finally paid off the company that had the Rumble feature or the Rumble patent. And then eventually like PS3 controllers got Rumble. So it may be something like that to where they can't wake up the device because it's a patent owned by Nintendo. I don't know if any of that's true. That's just something that I kind of like put together based upon somebody saying, oh no, Nintendo has a ton of patents on the Joy-Cons. I don't know if it's specifically that or not. Hey, Chariot Man, how are you? Good evening. A little bit of stuttering there. You could see that, right, when we were coming around that corner. But then it clears up. That happens quite often on the Legion Go, though. I did see the ROG Ally. I saw you had put up a video for the ROG Ally X. I haven't seen the device though. I haven't heard about it. I didn't even look into it, but I didn't even. I saw your video went live maybe right before I went to mow the grass, and then like right after the grass, I made food, and then I came in here. So I didn't even have a chance to watch it yet, but I will check it out. I take it it's a pretty nice device. Oh yeah, I think, you know, I know what you mean, Ilme. If I don't have Rumble, I do think something's missing. I don't know why. It's just become such... I know a lot of people will even turn it off. For me, I don't know. If I don't have it, something seems off. Yeah, that Legion space. It's... I'll be honest. I could do without Legion space or the ROG or the what is it, ROG crate or whatever, ROG crate. I could do without all of that. Just make it really, like, just use the big picture mode on Steam. That's all really you need. I mean, it'll even handle like Epic games and other ones, right? Like if you just load your Epic games into Steam and point them to it, it could handle that. So it's not like Steam can't do all of that, and it's already kind of inherent, and that's what most people are using, I guess. I could do without the launchers, any of these. I did see that they kind of announced, I saw your video on that one, and I saw that everybody took it as they kind of announced the what is it, the Switch 2. Excuse me. Sorry, too much talking. Yeah, but the Switch 2, that they did an announcement and they said that, hey, it's coming, but we're not going to talk about it at our next, like, what do they call them? Treehouse events or Happy Trees or something like that? I don't know. I like Nintendo too. I don't have a problem. When I say I don't know, I just don't know the name of, like, their event that they do those at, but they said the next one that they're doing, I think in early June or late May, is not going to talk about the Switch 2, but it is coming. Which, hey, I mean, all the better, I think, right? Like Steam Deck, like I said, I think that given the performance that we can see on like Hades and Hades 2, like the real reason that it runs so efficiently is because they had to get it running on the Nintendo Switch. So all the better, right, if they have to make like games run on these portable devices. Oh, Treehouse event, that's what it's called. Oh my, okay. The Silk Song. I don't know. Well, I'll probably obviously show, since it's so close. Oh, let me get out of here. I'm gonna die. Since it's so close to everything else, and I do show like a little bit of the Switch here and there. I didn't want to be like a Switch streamer or channel, right? Like I wasn't trying to go that route, but I wanted to show, like, because a lot of people say like, oh, how does the Switch run versus the Steam Deck for Mortal Kombat 11? Right, I get that. So I've done some comparison videos where I've shown like at the real time kind of like both devices running Mortal Kombat 11, and I would probably say I have on the channel maybe less than 10 Steam or less than 10 Switch game videos. But you know, it's a crowded space. I felt there was enough like Switch players or people out there. So, but for Switch 2, we'll see. I probably would show anything. I like all the games or all the game systems. I'm not really like locked to one. Although a lot of people ask, and I kind of try to give like advice on like what you're going to play and how you play games. That's how you choose like which device to go with. Yeah, Mortal Kombat 11 runs really well on Switch. Mortal Kombat 1, not so much. Not the best game. It's not horrible, but, you know, it's not bad. Now, you can see at 1080p, we're dropping a little bit. You can watch the frames per second on this. It does go a little bit below 60 at points. I would still say that I'm okay with that. Like, I would just lock the frames to, like, 40 or 50 and deal with that. Oh, I died in the same exact spot. I forgot to click my left button. Graphics are horrible on it. Yeah, on that. So you've seen it on both, and obviously you're seeing 1080p when I play on the Legion Go and 720p on the Steam Deck. So that's the real difference, although you're seeing very similar performance. Fidelity on the screen, I think the Legion Go looks far better in 1080p, or well, I guess it would be 1200p versus 800p. The Steam Deck looks fine at 800p. I don't know if that helps. But let's go ahead and jump out of here. We'll go ahead and leave the game, and we'll take a look at Dark Souls. So let's jump into Dark Souls 3. The Dark Souls 2 of, yeah, you know, it's such a shame too, because Mortal Kombat 11 is amazing. Mortal Kombat 1, I didn't care for it. And I like all the Mortal Kombat. I'm like one of the people that will go through, play the entire story of Mortal Kombat. Like, I don't know if a lot of people do that. It's like Call of Duty. But, you know, I love playing online, enjoy the games a lot. I didn't like what they did with Mortal Kombat 1. I just did not like it. Couldn't get into it. So let's go ahead and take a look at Souls here. Oh, no, almighty. I'm with you, man. We were talking about Souls games earlier. 07 said that as well. Like, the Souls series is just fantastic, right? The types of mechanics, stuff like that. Yeah, we were making jokes about the about Dark Souls 2 as well. So Dark Souls 3, this is on the Steam Deck. This is, as I was saying, for any of those that are just joining, this is my favorite Souls series, Souls-like game. I really thought this was like when From Software hit their peak, right? In terms of like, they honed their craft in making these games on Dark Souls 3. Although all the other games, Sekiro, you know, all the other Dark Souls are all excellent. I have no qualms about it. 2, you know, we've already said something about 2, but even 2 is still good. And then you've got, like, you know, the rest of the field out there, which still are amazing as well. Nothing taken away from, like, what were we talking about? Like, Lies of P. Even the most recent, like, the remaster, I don't even know what the hell it was. The 2014 version of Lords of the Fallen was excellent, I thought. I thought it was pretty good. It was a little slow. It feels like it's a little cumbersome, but it's much better than the original one, and it's still a pretty good game. Why do they make you go through these TOS? Come on, there we go. All right, let's just jump in. So I don't think there was a lot of changes. Yeah, they pretty much limit these down, but I've got it all set to high. I don't remember being able to play it on high. So what I'm going to suggest is let's go in and let's bump this down to, let's start at low, then we'll go to medium, then we'll go to high, and we'll see where we get. I showed Lords of the Fallen last week, almighty, and it was actually running fairly well. It still doesn't lock in at 60, but I mean, in some ways, I think you just got to say, like, okay, it's a concession, right, to be able to play it. If you really want to play it, you can play it at like 40, and it seems okay, but, you know, as everybody says, like, if you're not playing at 60, you're not playing at full speed kind of thing. And where's our flame at? My God, I can't even see it on the one side. Okay, well, we'll leave it there. That's fine. Let's just go in. Now, the one bad thing is I don't think that there's a save for... Like, once you delete the save, I think they're all local. I don't think they use the Steam saves.
Indeed.
I'm just going to kind of bounce past this. And I've got a keyboard in front of me, so it's going to... We're going to make it easy here on us. Oops. What am I doing? Name entry incomplete. That's what I was just going to put that in. There we go. Yep. Okay. And I'm just going to go through. I'm not worried about the character. I'm not playing it. 60 should be the standard. Yes. Yeah, I agree with that. You play most games at 40 though. I mean, if you really want to, lock that in so you don't have the fluctuations and stuff like that, I'd play at 40 as well. For like high-end games. Yeah, Lords of the Fallen, like I said, it plays pretty well. It's one of those things where you'll have to lock it in a little bit, but I think given a little bit more time, they might be able to, and this is along with Valve making some updates, they might be able to get that thing running at 60. I mean, Lies of P, I know that we were talking about how everybody likes that. That game probably should have won like Steam Deck Game of the Year last year. It's fantastic. It was done so well. It ran so well across the board. Like everything was good about it. You have to go to sleep. All right, Fixstar. All right. Happy to have you here. Thank you as always, Fix. You have a good night. Oh, look at that. I'm not even... I got to get back into form here. It's been a while. Can't even parry. Let's try it again. Oh, that was horrible. These guys. Always trying to kill me. Let's get our Estus. I'm not going to go hunt. We're just going to get to where we need to go. So this is all low running at 60, right? Like this, I think you might be able to do high. If I can remember, it's been a while since I played the game on the Steam Deck for more than just a video, right? Kind of thing. Yeah, I mean, on the screen, it's going to look amazing. On here, still looks good, right? We're at 720p. Looks okay, but on the screen, it's going to look amazing at 800p. Let's go over here, and let's bump this up to high. I don't think it plays at 90 frames per second, though. I think high, yeah, see, high gets us to about the max. On low, I still don't think it hits 90. There's 50s. So if we really want to, probably medium's the pro side. Let's try it. There we go. Now we're back. I don't know. It's still fluctuating a little bit. I'm kind of surprised. I think it's the shadows. So we could probably toy with this. I thought there was a guy coming up behind me there. Let's do this. Let's go advanced. Shadow quality, let's go to low. Water surface shaders. Let's get rid of motion blur altogether. There we go. 59. Yeah, see, it still bumps. So if you really want to lock it in, low is the way to go. Let's just go ahead and run it on low then. We'll lock it into 60. I think we could probably like toy around with it, but probably take a little bit. Yeah. It's this sorcerer. You know, I've only played sorcerer builds like once on all these games. I've always played like a melee kind of fighter, rogue, something like that. I don't know why. I know how powerful the sorcerers are. Like, they're overpowered. They do cheese a lot of the game. I don't know why though. I've always liked just building, like just going in and just beating everything up with a sword. Like I'll grab the what's the big like club, the whale penis or whatever they called it. I'll grab that and like throw no armor on and just kind of run around, go completely like as quickly and roll as quickly, but with like 0 strength, and just put it all in dexterity. Yeah, I've done so many of these. High does tank the frames, that's for sure. That is for sure. All right, let's knock this out. Let's get this guy. Oh. All right. So it's been a while. Let's see. Yes, I've seen that. Yeah, Elden Ring is really cool too. I like that game. Let's take a sip. There we go. All right, let's just get a couple free hits on him while he's down. Magic is great for streaming, yeah. Yeah, people really enjoy that. And you can just beat the crap out of people. Like, just unbelievable. Okay, a couple more swings. Oh, no. I wasn't ready. I wasn't prepared. Oh, I still have not been... Okay, let's get away from him. I don't know if I'll get through him or not. Oh, I'm getting greedy. Very greedy. Ah. I usually do play like if I would have actually put some effort into the character, I would have definitely not played as heavy as I am right now. I don't like the fat roll. I'd rather be like far more mobile. Oh, he's down. Go in for a kill. There we go. Thank God. I never block. Blocking's against the code. I play so greedy on this game and so like crappy. All right, let's go ahead and move. We'll just go a little bit further. Let's get into like the first area with like a lot of the enemies kind of in that like wall, castle wall kind of thing. And then we'll jump over to the Legion Go, because we're actually doing fine on time. We're just kind of cranking through them tonight. You need to play it. You have never played it, Cherry? This is a good game. Yeah, this game really... You'll see it on the Legion Go. I mean, it's going to look really good on there as well. Alright, let's just get in here. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the thing. This game is tough on people. And if you want to say, if you want a game that gatekeeps, yeah, that beginning boss, he does that for sure. Okay, let me put the sword in. There we go. I just play, like, I ride every boss's ass in this game. Like, I get in, like, really close and just beat them up left and right. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but that's the only strategy I got. There we go. We'll jump to Lothric. This has a bunch of enemies like in a row to kind of show like if it's going to pull anything down, it's going to kind of be in that area. The boss battles, although they take a little bit, I haven't really seen too much of an impact for those. Look at that. Beautiful game. Ooh, I don't know why. Just stuttered there for a sec. We'll just light a torch here. Yeah, I don't think this thing saves on Steam saves, so I think when we start on the Legion Go, we're just going to basically start from the beginning. But yeah, here's what, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, 10 enemies all in the same area. And yeah, we're doing pretty well. Like it hasn't dipped at all. Oh, I've died though. Got that one guy just sitting there. He wasn't doing anything. Death ahead. Yep, exactly. Let's get this. I think we can kind of scoot through this area just to get to like the next boss. It shouldn't take us but a minute or two. Oop. Take a sip. Oh, he got me. Oh, he got me. Jeez. Usually I can make this run and not be hit at all. 3. Come on. We'll just roll through. Roll through. Oh, I'm not going to be able to make it. I'm stuck. Oh, he got me. He got me. Usually I can make that run and not, like, get hit at all. Kind of get past that first night and get up to the next, like, bonfire. Well, the Dragon Impact Performance. Yeah, we can go check that out. Like, he's right at the top, right? Let's take a look. We'll go the other direction. Because to get to him... Yeah. Oh! We gotta go through here. Okay, I don't know what I'm doing. Look at this guy. Let me start over. I ran down, I was like, where are we gonna go? The dragon's like right up above us. I was thinking to try to get to the boss, but yeah, we'll see if... I don't think he will, though. I don't think so. Let's just clear these guys out and we'll walk up there. Up the stairs after you enter. Yep, that's right. Where's the other guy? There he is. Get out of here. You got me the last time. This guy up here. Oh. Oh, I was gonna... What was that? Parry? Oh my god, they're killing me. I don't know if we'll get to that section or not. Dude, it's been so long since I played this. I have the timing all off. Alright, let's just try to get up there this time. I'm gonna kill these guys as I go. There's the other guy with the knife. He's in the back, isn't he? Get out of here. I see him. Now we're down to the one. Good. Oh, but he's just never ending. Done. Yeah, don't let him scream. That's right. Okay, so... Oh, there was a guy in here, too. Oh, come on. Alright. Now we can go down. And then up the stairs. So we're still at 60. I'm going to try to scoot past this guy. There he is. Nope. Well, I don't want to say no. Oh, he's killing me with the fire. I don't know what... I mean, he did cause a little bit. It did go like from 54 with the enemies. I think it was what it was. 50, 55, 54 frames. So he did bump it a little bit. But that was also the enemies, because I don't think him by himself causes any issue. I think that was with the amount of enemies on the screen at the same time. So I don't think it's not going to impact it too much, because you can pretty much get around without him. But let's jump over to the... Oh, come on, dude. Give me a break. Let's jump over to the Legion Go. I don't think there's any way... Yeah, there's no option to kind of like save to the cloud or anything like that, so... Yeah, negligible. That's what I would say. It's only for a second, and I don't think you run into it like with any of the other bosses. At least up to the dancer, right? So let me do this. Close this down correctly. So he says it was logging in, but, and I've got a load right there, load save. Okay, let's see what it does. I don't think it's going to share it. And let me take these off again. Oops. I don't know why they don't automate. I think it has to do something with that patent thing or something. Why you wouldn't make the Joy-Con type controllers wake up the device, I don't know. Let's see. So where'd it go? Dark Souls 3. There we go. Gotta wait for the pro option. That's it. They gotta sell you on something. Oops. Also, nope, it disappeared. It's trying to print. We don't want to print. That's Windows. That's why I don't. That's the one thing I have a downside of is I don't like Windows. Not in the sense of like, I don't like Windows on the Legion Go. I've seen people that put like Steam OS on it. Now look, it's like hidden in the background or something. Give me a sec. I gotta bring it forward. It's lost the signal because it's like hidden in the background. Yeah, print the beautiful cover. That's it. What is it doing? There we go. It's just less focus. That's the only thing. Interesting. It's not going to do it. Give me one sec here. I think it may be because it's trying to do 720p. So I need to... How do I fix that? I need to go in here. And I need to tell it to do 720p just for a moment. There we go. And we'll fix this. We'll put it back on 1080p. There may be a save. I don't know. Let's just see. Different save. That's what the problem is. Okay. All right. Let's see. Yeah, it's at 720p. So let's go up to 1080p. Now we got to do the exact same thing. We got to tell it, hey, go back to 1080p. It should fix itself. There we go. No. Damn it. Almost. I gotta go back to 720p, move it to 1080p, and then we gotta tell it to save the damn settings. Don't change. Save. But see, then you've got to like quickly switch. God, come on. Work with me here. Oh, save. This is Windows, right? This is what I hate about this. It's so ridiculous. Because it's so slow. We'll try it one more time. Actually, this is not the Legion Go's fault. This is the damn capture card's fault. 720p. All right. 1080p. Come on. Work with me here. Quickly. 1080p. Like a test just to get in. Ha! We did it. We were able to make it. Exactly. It's not, I can tell you, while I do complain about Windows, it's not the Legion Go's fault there. That's the capture card. That's kind of funny though. Okay, let's see where we're at. So we are at 1080p. Oh, so we didn't even get anywhere. See, this is what I remember. Like, it was stuttering on this area. But why? Now I'm thinking, again, this is that capture card. This is not the device. Give me a sec. We're going to try to reboot the capture card. That's what I think it is. It's the issue of that. Well, maybe I was wrong. Boy, I don't know. This is interesting. let me just do this. I'm going to unplug it because I'm curious if it's doing this on the device itself. It's kind of doing that, but something else is happening. Something is causing this because it doesn't normally do this. I think what we're going to want to do... Yeah, okay, now it's fixed. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to end up like rebooting it. Not the device, but the game. We're going to restart the game once it comes up here because that wasn't right. That's not supposed to be the way it happens. So let's we'll reload the game, or we'll shut it down and then restart. I don't know if it has something to do with the combination of like trying to change the resolution and having issues there. All right. I'm going to shut it all the way down, then we'll come back in. Okay, quit. There's the damn print screen. Okay, we don't need this print screen thing. What is it trying to do? Maybe that was causing it. I don't know why, but... Wow. It's having a total breakdown right now. Give me a sec. Let me just check something really fast on this thing. Yeah, because even my mouse is like not functioning correctly. It's like really slow. It's like not even responding. I think we may need to reboot the machine. Unless it's this Windows thing, like trying to print something. I don't know what it's doing. Oh my God. It just keeps rebooting like Steam up. Okay, let's do this. Give it a second. What we'll do is let's jump to the Steam Deck. We'll go to the next game on there, but let me reboot this device. What? It won't even let me do that. Yeah, it's having a lot of problems. Okay, let's switch over to the Steam Deck. We'll come back to... I've already switched over there. So we'll come back to the Legion Go. Let me get it like rebooted. It's having like a full breakdown. There we go. And how are we doing on the Steam Deck? Is it running fine? Yeah, graphics card looks fine. That was strange. Yeah, that one, every once in a while get something really weird out of that device. So what was the next game we were going to take a look at? We've looked at that. Let's take a look at V Rising. Or do we want to look at Crow Country? Either one. Doesn't matter to me. What do you guys want to see first? Does it run fine out of streaming? Yeah, it does. Like, actually, the Legion Go is a pretty solid device. I don't know why it was doing all of that stuff, but if you guys have no preference, we'll do Crow. Okay, let's do Crow. And we'll do V Rising at the end there. So this is the Steam Deck right now. Let me get the other one back up and running. So Crow Country just came out. Crow Country is kind of like it looks like chibi Resident Evil or something to that effect. It looks very interesting. I was kind of like, okay, I hope that one wins. Not that I really ever have too much of a concern, but I was like, yeah, I'd like to check that one out. So I'd hate to buy like both games, but luckily it just worked out that way. It won. So we'll try it with controller. It doesn't say that it's verified, so because it's such a brand new like indie game, but I think it probably will be. Vibrations, because the text is like super big. It's already supporting controller. Everything. So yeah. Okay. Let's jump in and we'll do survival horror mode. Is it full screen? You mean, does it do 800p? I can check really fast while I'm getting this Legion Go booted up. If it shows it supports 16 by 10 on the Legion Go, we'll know. I'm still getting this booted up over here. Nope, we're going back in time to the 90s. It's when, well, 93, what was it, 95? That's when I think Resident Evil came out. It does have some black bars on it, but that might just be this like intro bit. Okay, well, the Legion Go looks like it survived, whatever that was. I'm gonna test some stuff here really fast. While we wait for this to go forward. Yeah, cutscenes mostly do. So, yeah, nice full screen there. It's 720p, though. Oops. Oh, Restream. They posted something in chat. That's funny. I never saw that before. Okay, very much like a Resident Evil look to the menu. Even has a heartbeat. Do we have to shoot the lock up? Probably breaks with enough force. Oh, they're already trying to... We need something like a crowbar or something. It's running 60. Oh, we didn't look at the settings. Or no, we did. There wasn't any settings. Full screen. And then that's it. So no graphic settings at all. It'll probably be running at 90 frames per second is what I'm going to guess. Oops. Trying to get this to launch over on the Legion Go just to see it runs something. Let's look for a pipe. Or maybe I just shoot the lock. I don't know. Maybe that's what I have to do. I haven't tried. Let's just try this. Can I shoot the lock? Oh, yeah. There's a little bit of an aim. How do you shoot, though? Oh, I have no bullets. That's not going to work. It's locked. There's a silver keyhole. Use ID card. Okay. God, it's been so long since I played games like this. There's a pipe. Covered in trash. That pipe would work. Maybe I have something in my trunk of the car. There we go. Oh, handgun ammo. Why do people keep their handgun ammo in the trunk? Okay, now let's try this. Do we have to manually... Well, we might be able to load. Yeah. I think it just loaded it right away. Let's try shooting it. Yep, just loaded now. How do we fire? Oh, B. Should be in the mag. Yeah, exactly. That's what I would think. Why wouldn't you have it in the damn mag if you're a cop or something? It's got like a grain. I don't know if you can see that. Well, you can see it here easily, but like that film grain effect on top of it. Oh, pocket light. So it's like Silent Hill. They just kind of combined everything together. Ticket booth. Nobody there. Yeah, but this game's running perfect. And let's just see over here. So, yeah. I mean, it runs full screen. So it's like supporting 16 by 9. So that must just be it. It looks like it just supports full screen, whatever the screen is. Like they just scale the image. Oh, but it disappeared on me. There we go. Yeah. Because I'm looking at it on the actual device here, the Legion Go. And as long as you have it on full screen, it just scales to the full screen of the device. So yeah, you're fine. This definitely is like PS2 vibe kind of thing. Yes, for sure. Let's just kind of move just a little bit. Can we run? There's got to be a run. There's always a run. There it is. Bees run. Oh, the crow. Mr. Crow. Okay. Yeah. This game, I doubt that this is... It'll probably run at like 144 hertz on the Legion Go. What is the battery draw? It's using 2, 3, 4. So it's like maybe 8 to 10. A laser sight. Sweet. I wonder how long this game is. Is this like one of those games that's just kind of like a really short one? It was $20, $24 is the normal price, $17 I think on sale. What'd you say, 2106? Yep. Let's just go over here. Oh, that looks like a bear trap. We'll go around that. Our first victim. Arthur Mole. They need a picture of the thing that attacked him. And he's like, I don't have a picture. Okay, so we gotta help Arthur. He'll be dead though. So it's like little little rooms that you go through and then move on. So that's cool. I mean, I don't think there's any wrong way to build these kind of survival horror games. Can you use these? Yeah, cool. We'll wait for it. A medical kit. Sweet. Well, what we can do is we can jump back over to the Legion Go. We'll do Dark Souls, then we'll do this game, which again, I don't think this game's going to have any issue. But we can quickly do those, and then we can jump to V Rising. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's stop here on the Steam Deck. So then we've only got one more game to go on this. Is it tank controls? No, it's not tank controls. It didn't feel like it. There might be a setting, though. So we'll take a look at that when we get over to the Legion Go. Could be a setting for them. I wouldn't doubt it. That seems like something that you wouldn't want to miss out the opportunity to include. Okay, let's load that up. And let's jump over to Dark Souls. There we go. Let's see if it's working. Could be the graphics card still. I don't know. That was just, it was all over the place. It's kind of... something... It's the I think it's the capture card. It has to be the capture card. Nothing should be like stuttering at all on that Legion Go. But the Legion Go was screwed up, but now I think it's the capture card. So let's let it go down. And we'll do this again just to make sure. So let me move that. What do we need? Our source selector. And let's just bring this back up. I don't know why it's been doing this. And then what we'll do, just for safety's sake, is go over to the Steam Deck. Do the exact same. We'll deactivate it and then bring it back up. And let's see if we fixed the issue. Yeah, it's much smoother. This is the Legion Go. Right? Yes. Okay, let's see if we can get Dark Souls to play. I think it was that 1080p thing that threw it off. When we were trying to switch between the 720 and 1080, and I had to change that over and over again. So I don't blame the Legion Go in this instance. I think it was that capture card. These are AverMedia cards. They're two of the same. And I run two because it's just, the show goes so much faster when you're switching back and forth. But they're old, and they only do up to 1080p because you don't need much more than that for these devices. So, oh, I had to turn the Wi-Fi off while I was checking that game. So give me 1 second. We'll turn that back on. Turn that. There we go. Or are you going to work with me? No, I can. Okay, there the controllers go. I think we're turning that stuff on and off caused the problem. Okay, system. We should be at 1080p, but low settings. Medium settings. So 1080p, medium settings. Everything else on medium with a little bit of high. Let's see what we get with this. If I'm not mistaken, this is probably going to put us at like close to 60. $47. That's not anywhere near 60. Well, let's just do this. Let's move it to low, since we know low works. Nope, don't change that. Change this. That gets us to the 50s. Are we on performance? Yes. Performance, custom 30 watt, and then performance there. So at 1080p, I guess you're just shy of 60. That must have been right because that's what I would have had it tested on. So if you wanted to get lock 60, you're going to need to drop it to, well, there's 60 right there. Hell, I don't know. You're probably going to need to drop it to 1280 by 720 or 800 if you want to be locked at 60. But again, you do have the option with the Legion Go just to do the exact same thing of the Steam Deck where you can, you know, ultimately just drop it to 40 frames per second and lock it there. Come on. So you could even drop these down. I think you can even lock it to 50 frames per second. Oh, we didn't even take on Gunder here. Oh. Try the boss fight with this one. Yeah, we'll try it. I don't know how we'll do, though. This is... I don't even know why I have this character. Let's see. Gunder. He's up. So we are down below 55. Oh. 56, 54. Attack the ass. Okay, back up. Now we're back to 61, so it just depends on what we're looking at ultimately. Oh, I was trying to roll through. There we go. That Legion Go metrics or performance metrics is covering up my stats. Ah. me with the sword. I don't know if I'll get through this one. Come on, go to your next form. Come on. Ooh. I guess I should probably take my next sip. Try to. I was kind of hoping he would switch to his next form. For some reason, I deal with that one much easier. There he goes. Except this one. I love that he's doing a kick. Yeah, there's a little bit of a dip, right? I would probably say 1280 by 720 is the way to go. We could try the fight again and just drop it down. It's always a pain in the ass, but definitely do that. Oh, I lost him. Oh! He got me. All right at the end. Well, we can try it. God, how much of a pain is this going to be to drop it to 1280 by 720? But yeah, it definitely dropped there. So it couldn't even kind of maintain 50s. All right, what do I have to do to make this work? I gotta go in, properties, 720 over. Oh, just in time. Then I gotta scale this. So hold on, one hit death. There we go. So this is 720p on the Legion Go. So, and we're definitely like at low. So again, it doesn't look as good as the Steam Deck on low. So let's see if we can bounce that, because I had it originally set to medium. So I want to take it that's probably where you could maintain 60. There's 59. Well, it's 59. It's just not showing 60, but it's locked in there. Let's try it again. I know there's one sneaking up on me. There he is. And you know what? We'll even try maybe high. Whoa. Alright, let's see what high does. I think it's going to probably make it drop below. I don't know. Still seems like it's locked in there. Alright, let's try high with Gunder. Not grabbing me. Don't be greedy. Don't be greedy. Oh, got me. Okay, he's gonna pop. Oh, I jumped right into it. I was trying to go to the right of that. I don't know if I'm doing as well on that. Oh, there he goes. Right into it. Come on. Oh, I thought he killed me. He's gonna kill me. It's not dropping though. I mean, it's holding 60. So, you know, I mean, that's the kind of give and take. So now you can go 1080p, drop it to, or put it on high, or drop from 1080p to 720p, put it on high, and you've got it kind of locked. So even on the Legion Go, and this game has never been optimized for any of these devices either, as far as I could tell. So it's just kind of like what you're dealing with. But yeah, the Steam Deck definitely does a good job, although has to be on low to kind of maintain it. Here, you can get 60, but you're going to be 720p. But you're going to get a little bit more fidelity. So, cool. I think we can take a look at... let's take a quick look, super quick look at Crow Country on the Legion Go. Yeah, not bad. I mean, I think you would... I mean, obviously, if you got to the Dragon, maybe it's going to take, like, dropping it to medium to keep it at 60, like when we saw those, you know, all the enemies in that one area, and then kind of the Dragon shooting flames, it dropped to a few frames. You might see the same thing on high, so if you dropped it to medium, maybe you're not going to see that. I will say, Almighty, I mean, Curator does a great job on it. Yeah, a lot of them run really, really well on the Steam Deck. It does a good job. Here's the issue. This thing's now at the wrong resolution when it comes back to the menu. There we go. Now I just need to rescale. That only happens when I got to move it from one to the next. Okay. Is that right? Yep. Okay. Now, Crow Country should be fine. Crow Country should have no issue with this. And again, it's full screen, so the way they're dealing with full screen is they're just scaling it to whatever direction it needs to go. Because when I ran it on the screen of the Legion Go, it was at the 1280 or 1920 by 1200 setting, right, resolution, and it was filled the screen. Here it's running at 1080p, so it's filling the screen as well. But we wanted to look at controls, so it does not. So combat controls, classic, camera rotation, inverted, normal. No, it doesn't have tank controls. Modern, classic or modern, just switches that. Yeah, it doesn't have tank controls at all. And we don't have a, oops. Let's go ahead and take a look at it real fast. Yeah, Bloodborne and Demon Souls. Yeah, both of those would be amazing. That's why, you know, that partly is one of the reasons why I kept buying PlayStation. Number one, I like playing Bloodborne. I really enjoyed that. And number two, Demon Souls on the PS5 is fantastic. The original Demon Souls was pretty good as well, in my opinion, but the remake, I think it's a remake of Demon Souls on that PS5 is outstanding. It should be, because that was like the only title that was really worth it on there at that time. All right. We'll quickly take a look at this, then we'll jump to V-Rising on both. But V-Rising plays really well. Plays really well on both devices. Especially with the controller support now. Look, we got our bullets. So yeah, we're fine. It's weird that it does bounce between 59 and 60 frames per second. I cannot imagine it needing that. Man, come on. Oh, I gotta reload. That's right, I changed the controls. God of War Ragnarok? Yeah. Yep, definitely. I'm gonna be testing, what is it? Ghost of Tsushima next week, or this week coming. That'll be the next Sony title. Oh yeah, we get a light. There we go. Does it illuminate her face too? Oh yeah. I think it will. I think that they're going to have really good support on Ghost of Tsushima. You know, the other one that runs really well is, what was it? From Ben Studios, the motorcycle, the biker game with zombies. I can't think of the name of it. That one runs really well. Ben did a great job, like, porting it over to PC. It had no issues. The only one I've really had an issue with was, like, oh, let's see if we can shoot this. Oh, I better get back. Yeah, but it's not tank controls at all. It's independent. I can move, like, camera separately from my character with the right and the left stick. I'm going to try to shoot this thing, though. A little far away, I guess. Oh, yeah. Low quality, low detailed explosions. What was the one that I'm thinking of with the zombies? I can't think of it. Anyhow, the only one that I did have a problem with, sorry, I was going to talk about that, was The Last of Us Remastered. It was really bad coming onto the platform. The PC version was just really all over the place. I could never get more than probably 30 frames when it first launched. Then it kind of got a little bit better, and it goes a little bit north of 30. It's like 30, between 30 and 40. But I think Ghost of Tsushima will run just fine. I'm looking forward to it. I played that already on the PS4 is when I played that, but I never beat it. So hopefully I will have a chance to, because it's a fantastic game. I think it was the one that won like actual awards in Japan for like its depiction of like Japanese like imperial society and culture, and like, you know, just the way that they did like even the lip sync and all that stuff for the Japanese voiceovers works perfectly fine. You can do the black and white, and then it looks like an actual movie. It's a beautiful game. Oh, there's a med kit right here. Does he get the med kit? Oh yeah, give him the healing item. There we go. Sweet. I still feel kind of bad. Oh, come on now. Move Arthur. Where are we moving him to? Put him in the car. Oh, she did. That's a car door. Yeah, you know, Almighty, that's what I get into a lot, is like I always rebuy games. So I kind of like the sale too. I agree with you on that. I mean, obviously here on the channel, it's, you know, part of the thing about having a channel based on Steam games, so that's why I'll end up buying it. But I mean, like in most cases, I'd probably wait until it like was gonna go on sale. And it would probably have to be, if I already owned it on PlayStation and I wanted to play it on Steam Deck, I would think I'd probably have to pay like $30 for it or less. Bunch of codes here, 3184. Okay. Got the eerie music. Oh, what's this thing? Not allowed to smoke. It's a smoking machine, I guess. The lights was part of the game. Yep. All right. I think, you know, I mean, obviously we can play. Let's go back here. It's a sign. All right. Let's move on. Can I shoot that too? I think probably, I mean, the game, it's running fine. It's not going to stutter or do any of that stuff, so I think we can probably suggest, say, Crow Country is going to run just fine. How do we get behind the wall, though? It's got all the cool stuff, like you can find medkits everywhere. You can dig through trash. Lots of memos. I mean, it's Resident Evil, like, esque, for sure. Can we shoot the crate? Yep. Another med kit. Take it. I think we gotta go backtrack. There must be a door. There we go. It's blocked from the other side. But yeah, it runs really smooth. I think we can probably jump over to V Rising. Take a look at that. Looks like there's a whole bunch of like doors and stuff like that to open. Even small doors. Oh, okay. This is a different route. A shooting range. This is like Resident Evil. Well, that's what it looks like as a shooting range. Cool. Yeah, let's jump over to V Rising. We'll take a look at that. But Crow Country, I will do a direct video. I might even try to get that one done for Monday. Just to get it out there so everybody knows it's running fine. Let's jump over to the Steam Deck. Let's take a look at V Rising. There we go. Now V Rising got an update, so it does support controller directly now. If you didn't know that, it's got official layout, so you don't have to use. I mean, although the community had built some great Steam control profiles for the mouse and keyboard that it was stuck to. Now it supports controllers, so you don't have to do anything special. You can just drop that on, which is really nice. And I think that's all in preparation for what it's going to launch on PS5, something like that. So we're getting the benefit on PC. At least the Steam Deck side, for sure. And overall, it runs pretty well. Like before version 1, there was like I think it was 6.4 or something like that. Version 6.64. Or 6.61 or something like that. It actually had started running really well. Like the game, performance-wise, was doing just fine. Controller support, though, was a big thing missing from it. Now it has that. Now it's got like just a little bit additional optimization. So you still have to have everything on low. I think with AMD FSR 1.0, you can get 60 or close to 60. This game, you could probably easily play it at 40 and just, you know, kind of put it on, what was it, performance? Yeah, it's doing that skipping thing. My controller just started doing that. This is one of the issues that this game has had. Or not this game, but this controller, this 8-bit do, has is like skips inputs. So let's just try to run it on performance. Thing. Performance for FSR. And see what we get. Like I said, I think it's going to be 30. Or it's going to be 60. Close to 60. Haven't tried V-Rising yet. V-Rising is cool. It's like a combination of Diablo-type mechanics for fighting with a kind of open world area that you can just run to at any time, but survival crafting as well, and then building, like base building almost. So it's got a lot of like cool things to it. And now it has like the whole Konami Castlevania tie into it. Yeah, see, we're about 60, 59, 58, 60. It's kind of bouncing around, but this is kind of what you're doing is you're building a castle. See, there it's dropped to 40, 30. Wow. I don't know what that's about. It really dropped down right there. Is it? It's not locked to 40. No, that's backed up to 50. Weird. Just like one area. Maybe it's this cauldron. Like that mist or whatever is causing it to drop. But then when you get like out here, it's back up. So you can, you know, just go knock down trees, beat up rocks. So it's kind of like Ark in that way, right? Like it's a survival type component. So if I just sit here, oops, wrong button. If I sit here and swing, well, maybe not the rock necessarily, the tree though. There we go. You'll collect plant fiber, you'll collect wood. You're trying to rebuild your castle, so you start with like wooden walls and all that stuff. Then you've got to go run around, do like things to unlock new components that you can build. You don't want people to think you're a Twilight fan. Oh my God, I don't think you have to worry about that. I'll tell you a secret. Well, not a secret, but I actually worked on Twilight, the mobile game. I had actually was at a company called Real Networks Game House, and we did the Twilight game for like the original Twilight movie, and it was like it was kind of in conjunction with Seen It, which was, I don't know if you guys remember it. It was like DVDs that like you would play in your DVD player, and then you'd play games like trivia. So Seen It was based downtown Seattle. I was downtown Seattle and cut a deal with them. And then we brought like a mobile version to iPhone. And yeah, it was all around Twilight. So I know all about Twilight. At least the first movie, I can tell you almost everything about it because every trivia question I had that I remember was in it. So yeah, kind of funny. Twilight got a mobile game. Yeah, they also had like a game on the Wii. I think it was very similar. I think it was like a trivia type game. Was it any good? I mean, it's a trivia game. They're okay. If you like Twilight, they're really good, right? Like if you don't like Twilight, it's really bad. It did really well though. I remember well, I don't know if it did really well by like mobile standards today. Back then, like when they launched Twilight on the Apple App Store, the Apple App Store might have only been around for a year at that point. So we had Collapse and another game on there, and both of those did easily into the millions. But, you know, we're talking about like low millions, where like now, like Monopoly Go does like $800 million in like one quarter. So back then it was really good. To today's standard, it's nothing anywhere near that. They pay a lot of $4.99s, yeah, for sure. They pay a hell of a lot more than that. the last game company I was at, it was about real gambling on mobile. So they like to say it was skill-based. It's gambling. And it's an interesting game. They had like a bunch of games, but yeah, there was some big numbers being spent on that. Oh, sure. Yeah, that's true, Zero. Like if you wanted to bring up NFTs, yeah, they pay lots and lots of money for just NFTs. So we'll just go ahead and break this rock here. Then we can go, and I'll just show you a little bit of the crafting side of it. But you can see kind of like it's fluctuating, right? It's like 40s, 50s, 60s. Depends on where we're at. And we're on as low as we can kind of go on the game. So you're definitely going to be able to lock it in at 40. And probably stay right in that range. It wouldn't fluctuate too much. I've seen it dip a little bit into 39, but not much. This cauldron, I don't know if that thing's really causing a lot of it. But you can just go in. You can create new gear, new armor. You collect resources to do that. Get those counter... Yeah, the wraps. The knife wraps. The castle heart, this is where you can build it up. You can unlock other things. And then eventually you can like make all of this look like a castle inside. Like you can put up stone walls and you can put, you know, different type of tile flooring and all that stuff in. So it's got all the like crafting stuff. You've got a sawmill right here. This is like a vermin nest where it'll like generate rats so you can eat them. Then you've got like these kind of world bosses that roam around. So you can go anywhere on the map. The map's fairly large, right? And like you'll see them just kind of in certain areas. They'll just be wandering around, or other places they're in camps. And like if you take them on, you get more of their V blood, I think is what they call it. And that gives more, that opens up more things that you can build. Is there a tutorial? A slight tutorial. Not much. It's not super intense, right? It's definitely like you kind of find out as you go, because up in the left-hand corner, if you look up there, it says building a castle. Hey, do this to complete. That's kind of how the tutorial works. So it's not really like this fatui, this first time user experience that leads you through, but like there's this like goal that you're trying to do all the time. And once you complete that goal, it gets a check mark, it unlocks something, and then you move forward. So it's a little different design. It's a really good game. I like this game a lot. I think it's interesting. I do have the wolf, so we can turn into him. This gets me around a little faster. Yeah, the Dragon Ball Gacha game. Oh, easily. Yeah, Gacha games like make tons of money on mobile. Hell, they make them on console as well. See, there's like one of the bosses. Like he's not going to attack me because he thinks I'm a wolf right now. But like this alpha white wolf is like a certain like level of this V blood that you can get. And that's like, he's the first boss that you fight. And then you get like something, and then you can start building the castle. So like if I like sneak up on him, now he gets mad. He's like, you fooled me. And you've got your wheel, so you've got some magic. Oh, I missed him. But I can like disappear and create like a doppelganger for a second, or a shadow. I'm pretty high level now. He's not hurting me like he used to. He still hurts. There's also this mend, so you can mend your body. Let this guy fight them for a bit. Oh no, he wants to kill me now. Great. We'll run into this. What's this area? I think this is a camp. We'll just cause a bunch of trouble in here. So like there's these human encampments. You can go in, like you could run down here. And this is a mine. So if you need to get precious metals, you can mine the ore in here. Then you can take it back, redo your, you know, your smelter and stuff like that. But there's lots of copper and stuff down in this area. Oh, they hit me. Now you can like feed on an enemy. Like this guy, I'll just smack him around a little bit until it says feed. Oh, they killed me. But then once you can feed, you can take their blood, and then that gives you more essence, and then you need that for your castle. There's all sorts of stuff to it. Gotta head out. All right, Almighty. Make sure to watch a video that goes... Okay, awesome. Definitely. You have a good night as well. Thanks for stopping in. We'll have that up the day it goes live. I think it's the 15th or 16th it goes for the Ghost of Tsushima. Okay, so we saw what this was doing. It's like 40s, 50s, 60s, depending upon where you're at. Let's take a look at the Legion Go. So we're almost getting done with the show here. This is our last game that people voted on. But then we'll take a look at that Dream Engine game as well that I chose. That's usually as we just end the show. Let's see. V-Rising. Here we go. So again, this gets the same benefit as a controller, but it's not like you're getting any extra thing. There wasn't any like Steam Deck optimization, so there wasn't really anything special for this. It's just Windows. But in general, the bigger thing was like the controller, and then them jumping to this Castlevania venture that they're doing. Which I did buy the Castlevania pack. I just haven't gotten to a point where I could unlock it yet. I was kind of holding off to do the direct video capture video for... Sorry, not direct video capture, but direct view video with the camera pointed at the screen until I had the Castlevania stuff open. I didn't even start it up on this. That's what it is. Let's just... How old do I have to be? There we go. That'll poke it. That'll make it February, and then we'll just choose one day. There we go. More TOS. Sure, Stunlock can have that. There we go. Yeah, so there's the... I think they've got the view of like the Castlevania thing. And what we'll try to do... so the pack that you buy is all cosmetics. There is an event in game where Simon Belmont comes in, and I haven't gotten to it yet, but then what you can do is you can get like his whip. And I think that's the real big connection, is like getting his whip, and then you can like you can upgrade his whip, and that becomes like the strongest weapon in the game, I think. So let's see, 1080p, high resolution, or high settings. Let's actually take that. Is it going to let me try to change it? No. There we go. Let's put that to low. Just to do some testing, because I want to see if we can get this thing to be locked at 60. So right, we had that. Yeah, it's on low, 1080p. Now, this is server side, so this one, let me think about that. Even if you play offline, you're playing on the server. So you don't have to play with others. There's PvE, there's PvP in the game, but you can play in a private game, but you're still on the server. So this one, you always have to have a connection, I think. Unlike last Epoch, where you can actually play fully offline. Yeah, for lore, definitely. I was kind of shocked that like Castlevania, they kind of did this. It's kind of cool though. I mean, V-Rising, Stunlock is a good studio. I mean, these guys have been working on this game for a while. They've done a good job with it. Konami, I think I met with Konami at GDC, and they were saying like, hey, they're a little bit more into like the licensing stuff. So but the way they were talking was like, oh, they're more into the way of like, hey, let's license you a game and have that game made by another company or something to that effect, rather than licensing out like Castlevania IP into a game. But it's the same thing almost. So I could see that being pretty okay with doing this, I guess. So, wow, that jumped down to 20s. But we're at 60 here. Now, this is where we were having a little bit of difficulty on the other one. I think that was just a stutter. I have seen the Legion Go just do stutters randomly. So it could be just a Legion Go issue. But yeah, I mean, it's holding it pretty much at 60 right now. No issue. Let's kind of go back to that area where we ran into the white wolf or the other wolf. Now, the only problem I have with this is your right joystick. It's more like an aim. It's not like a camera control. So like to camera control, you have to hit Y and then you have to do the triggers to move the camera, which is really odd. I don't know. I don't know if they can improve that or not. I don't like it. It's like the biggest downside for the controllers support is the way you turn the camera. You can also do right bumper and it does like 90 degrees at a time. Let's go up here. This is a graveyard, I think. But yeah, if you just want to make adjustments, you have to like use the triggers. And you can, do it with just spinning around, but like yeah, if you kind of want fine tuning, you have to tap them. So it moves like, I don't know, maybe like 8 degrees at a time, 10 degrees at a time. When you tap it. Rather than like the big swing where it does that 90 degree thing. There's some big enemy here, I think. Nope. All right, let's get back on our path. But yeah, we're still at 60. So it's definitely running a little bit better at 1080p than the Steam Deck did. It doesn't have that fluctuation. Now, if you were to put it on... Oh, these guys will get mad. Yep. If you were to put it on like 1280 by 800, you're probably going to be able to bounce it up to like 720 or to like medium or high. Let's go this way. Oh, here we go. This is where I want to go. So yeah, we'll just kind of run through with all those enemies and see what it holds up to. So there's 60. Bunch of guys down here to fight. Yeah, we're still in the 60s. So definitely on low at 1080p, you're good. Which is nice. See that guy with the yellow name? He's like a boss. It definitely is. It's a very interesting design. We can finally... Oh, I killed him. I was trying to feed on him. Oh, he stunned me. You can get different types of weapons too. So there's the feed, so you can drink blood. They can still hit you, but if you cancel out, you instantly kill whatever you're trying to go after. I'm gonna leave that guy to his devices there. But yeah, you can kind of make a little bit of an escape here and just jump out. But yeah, cool idea. Very interesting game mechanics. I don't like some of the camera control aspects, but I think they could fix that with feedback. So I'm hoping that I don't see a reason why they couldn't just make it right stick to be your right stick to be camera. I know it's spinning the guy around, but like I can kind of do that this way. This is more of like your aim, but I think they could do a better job with that. Make it more like Diablo, I guess, in a sense. Even though the game is not Diablo. It's not like that. All right, 07. Yes, definitely. Thanks for hanging out. Oh, there's a vampire hunter. He's tough as hell. We've got one game to look at anyhow. Yeah, look at that. He killed me with one hit. Let me jump to the last game. So we're done for pretty much all the voting games. And if you don't know, for anybody that's new, you vote for what's on this show. I don't. So essentially just subscribe. You'll get notified every day. There's a poll that goes up. It's usually 4 games, and essentially those 4 games are of varying reasons why I've chosen them. Either they're on sale, or they're, you know, they're brand new games or something like that. One of those games, after the vote's done, moves forward to Saturday, and then we do that 5 days a week. So there's 5 games on Saturday that I show on the Legion Go and the Steam Deck Oled, and then I pick a 6th game. So that's the one thing I get to do. So I'll pick this game that we're going to take a look at now, which is Dream Engine. But yeah, everybody votes. It's really the viewers that vote for all the games. So definitely, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. It's free. And vote in the daily poll. It's every day at noon. I get those to go up. So for this next game is a little bit different. And it is not a game that supports controller at all. It plays extremely well, but with mouse and keyboard, not controller. The company's Sun Crash. So they sent the key over. So we're going to take a look at it. I'm going to put these little control sticks back on. We're going to use the mouse and keyboard here. And we'll just talk about it and play a little bit as I'm closing down the stream and saying goodbye. But yeah, this is better played with mouse and keyboard by far. Oops, I hit the wrong button here. So if you hook up now on the Legion Go, you can pretty much do this just by like disconnecting your controllers, kind of putting in that first person mode and toying around with the controls. But I think, you know, if you were going to play this game on either of these devices, you're definitely going to be better off to have a mouse and a keyboard, like a dedicated one. You're going to be much happier. Oops, gotta fix that. There we go. It's going to be a much better experience. They don't have controller support yet, but the game runs fine on either device. And it's kind of got some neat stuff. If you like city building, if you like tower defense, if you like automation style game, like building paths for products to go through, and like your my camera got screwed up, didn't it? No, that's just something underneath. Okay, I was gonna say I got off center, but that's some, what's behind there? Oh, their other game, Judgment. They're just promoting it. Let's close that. So let's just take a quick look at it. And I don't know really which one's going to be the best save here. $5. It's got kind of some cool music. But you're this little robot droid, and you kind of go around and you're shooting stuff. Now there's other characters, but this is the main character that you're controlling, and you have to kind of bounce in between like their view for battle by tabbing and build view. So you you do a little bit of both. But you can see I've got like a little stockpile from this wood. There's a sawmill that I built. Lots of tasks to like build stuff. Let's get rid of some of these. Then I built like the automation path to get all of those planks into like the warehouse. This is all food going into the warehouse, and then all the food goes out to the humans. Got some enemies. You got to build these little towers so you can set up your automation. There's our guy. Now you can see we are at 1080p and we're running at about 30-40 frames per second. This game doesn't require 60, but this is like one of the things where the settings, what do we have it on? Medium, full textures. We could probably drop that down to low. Let's just drop our ambient occlusion to low. I mean, there's not really a ton of citizens right now, so it shouldn't be affecting it too much. Shadows, weather effects. Shadows are always going to be a little bit more. Now we got 45. Oh, these guys, they start attacking everything. There we go. Then you can go into your build mode and you got to go back in. If you got enough resources, you can rebuild our... What is that? Like a... What would you call that? What am I thinking of? Not a bow and arrow, but a ballista? Ballista, I think it is. Oh, oh, they're attacking our supply chain. Oh, I guess I took it out. And then you can go around and search for more resources, new recipes. I don't know. I think it's a pretty interesting game. They do need to get controller support for me to like really get behind this on like a Steam Deck. But I've never really gotten too much into these like automation games. Like with this stuff alone. So I think this is a good medium where you can do like tower defense. You can do like your kind of management of the city building, right? Where you can build your power and all that stuff. So it looks like a really interesting game. I like it. They sent it over. I told them I'd take a look at it. I'm going to do I'm still back and forth if I'm going to do a direct view video on this one. That's why I wanted to do it on the stream today, because we could use a mouse and keyboard. Mostly those direct views are meant to show games that support controller, because they're like, controlling the Steam Deck or controlling the Legion Go. That's the big aspect of it, seeing the game run on it. I've never like tried to do one with a mouse and keyboard that I know of. So, but here on the live show, we do a lot of like, direct capture games. So like you could use a mouse and keyboard here, and this works out really well for this one. Like I said, 50s. They just launched this into full release, but I don't know if they've done like optimizations, because obviously they don't have controller support. So I don't think they've really optimized for any other device yet. So hopefully they will consider doing that. I think it'd be an interesting game. That way you get like a little bit of the bump in performance. So hopefully they could get it to like run a smooth 60 and then have controller support. I don't see any more enemies right now, but yeah, you can just go into your build mode. You've got all the like different things that you can build, like resources. You can build towns, cities. You can grow your population. Build walls. I haven't built too many walls. I started to, but then I was like, I don't need no walls. Kind of need the walls. There we go. It almost reminds me of They Are Billions, except They Are Billions didn't have like the automation component. Oh, I don't think I can connect through here, can I? Nope. I don't have enough range. But yeah, you can build walls to kind of slow your defenses, or to increase your defense to slow the enemy's approach, stuff like that. So overall, interesting game, available now, and links are all below for anybody. So if you're watching the VOD, all the links are down below. Some of them do go to Humble Bundle or Humble Store. Humble Store has been a partner of the channel for like 7 years, and the channel will get support for each purchase that you make on there. So there's like a referral small fee that the channel gets for when you buy games there. They're Steam games. They basically give you a Steam key. You just drop that Steam key in your Steam account, and it's like you bought it on Steam. So it runs just the same way. And usually they are a little bit cheaper, but with games being on sale on Steam, it's hard to like say they're always cheaper, because like I always say, you should check Steam, check like gg.deals and all that to find the best deals for your gaming habits. But for that, I think we're good. I think we've covered everything, talked about this game, talked about the 5 that everybody voted on. All of them ran just fine. A little bit tuning here and there, but mostly across both devices they ran with no problem. And yeah, it's been a great day. really appreciate everybody for stopping in. If you haven't, again, definitely subscribe to the channel. Follow on Twitch. I know we're over in there. You can do me a favor if you're watching on LinkedIn and follow Factor of Games or Fog Media over there. Fog Media is the parent company of Factor of Games, so it would be nice to be able to stream on that page instead of my own personal like LinkedIn page. And I think we got X as well was up. People are watching on X and then Facebook, I think. I don't know if we'll do TikTok. It's ready to go. I just haven't tried it. But appreciate everybody for watching, and definitely drop by every day, every Monday through Friday at least, to do just the vote for the poll for the live show here every Saturday at 7 p.m. on Factor of Games. So cover 5 games each week, like I said, for both devices. But otherwise, folks, have a great evening. We'll talk next week. And until then, enjoy sunshine, because that's what we're getting here in the Seattle area. So thanks again, folks. Have a great night. We'll talk soon. Bye-bye.